Raubex specialize in rehabilitation, light rehabilitation and surfacing of roads and the manufacturing of asphalt. Here we see the margins still to remain in the current range and the competitive landscape still challenging. On the asphalt margins we would like to see an improvement, mainly due to the additional cost of what we had to encounter for bitumen storage, which we didn't have the opportunity to price in this financial year. We believe in the next financial year it's been priced and we should see improvement here. On the asphalt as well, we've got some exciting news on the new technology. We've already in this financial year had to build an asphalt plant that we reuse 50% of the old road in a recycling asphalt process in paving it back on a new road. We've already we already got one plant working. We're busy rolling out commissioning 2 more plants in the next 2 months. We believe we've got an edge on the market as far as this technology goes, and it will improve our margins going forward. The bitumen supply issues we believe has been resolved in the fact that now we will have bitumen. Long term, provincial municipality expenditure needs to be expanded. The main reason for this is we believe we've got a lot of potential. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on the provincial road network, and Sunrail at this likelihood is going to take over those roads, and then we could have a lot of new potential work. Tolling stalemates need to be resolved, as I alluded earlier on, and the attrition of competition will enable us to have a margin uptick. On the Raubex construction, which is mainly the building of new roads and existing roads, the outlook there is very much the same as Raubex. They've got a secured order book, the margins to expect to be in the same range as currently, and the long term is really the same as Raubex. We need to see improvement on the provincial expenditure. The general construction cycle needs to improve. Tolling stalemates need to be resolved, and the competitive attrition needs to happen. As far as Raubex goes, the strategic outlook there on the short term. Now Raubex is really a business that produces aggregate for the industry crushing, and it also does contract crushing for mining, which is quite a big sector of their business. Here we're seeing the margin stabilizing around 14 to 16%. With the fact that a lot of companies falling by the wayside, we're seeing a continuous credit risk management exposure, which we have to manage. And on the mining side, the strikes is obviously a concern, and it will be dependent on what the effect of strikes will be on the mining side, because this business is quite exposed to that. And obviously we need to see the global demand for commodities to remain. We move to Raubex Infra. I think this is quite exciting news to the group. We've started this division in this last 6 months. It's a new division specializing in the multidisciplinary solutions for the following: energy, mainly solar, rail and rail-related infrastructure, telecommunication, pipeline, and housing. Now, the 2 main reasons why we've started this division: it will ensure a diversified revenue stream to the group, but also we believe that's a rapid growing market now, especially in Southern Africa, especially as far as solar energy goes, water problems and solutions, rail network that's needs a lot of work to be done. So we're quite excited about the potential of this sector. For the past year in review, we had a small turnover because obviously we're starting up this business with 162 million with a profit of 3.7 million and a capex expenditure of 13.7. But the main news here is the order book is standing at 768 million, and we believe it's an order book we can still grow. The margins on Raubex Infra, it's slightly different than road construction. We guide you somewhere in the range of 4 to 7%. And the reason for that is being the model is different from Raubex on the construction side. Raubex on the road side, the model is a really integrated model where we manufacture the stone, the bitumen, and the full cycle. So obviously we've got better margins here. On the infra side, the margins is more related to a normal construction business. because obviously we can't supply the full cycle here. But we believe we can grow this order book quite substantially. Raubex International, the revenue is down 48% to 461 million. Operating profit down 27.5% to 84 million. Now, the main impact here was the completion of a major Namibia contract right at the top of Namibia. And the fact that this international has dropped is really the fact that we want double-digit margins in Africa. And in the first half of the year, the tender activity in Africa was quite aggressive. So we couldn't get double digits work, and that's why we see the drop here. In the second half, it was much better, and we believe we're in a running for quite a couple of projects in Africa with better margins. The fact of the matter is that in Africa, we would want to have better margins than in South Africa, and that will always be our tender philosophy there.